intensive treatment.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Intensive Treatment, where we talk about all things Arkham. Today, Marvel and I are back. We're going to talk about something that neither of us have played. You guessed it. Batman Arkham City. No. Arkham VR.
Or no, I thought we were talking about Blackgate today.
Well,
Save
Well-
that for another day.
Craig, stop recording.
Cut it out.
Stop! No! So we're going to be talking about Arkham VR today. So, just to preface, both Marvel and I have not played this. I am not buying. Wait. Yeah, no, you haven't. Okay.
I own a headset. I own a VR headset, but I haven't played it yet. But one day.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I need a part replaced. It's a whole thing. I went into it in my PSVR unboxing video, which you can go check out. You know all that. But so yeah, I have intentions. I mean, I have intentions of doing it one day. Like I'm gonna probably I'm gonna do a whole VR like marathon later on down the line. It's gonna be great. So
All right. They're great.
They're food.
So, on the topic of us never playing it, we cannot speak for our actual feelings on how the gameplay feels, how the game feels to play generally, apart from gameplay, but we can talk about what we've seen and how we think it would play, and we're just going to kind of go over this game and our thoughts on it, our inquiries, because this game, sorry, not this game, it's not a game, it's a tech demo. This tech demo,
this game in quotes.
In quotes.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. Do you wanna kick things off with wherever you want to start?
Let's get into some backstory a little bit, because I find the lead up to this interesting in a way. So it's 2016.
Wait, one second.
Okay.
And that is going to be it for Intensive Treatment, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Great to have you guys. 2016. Everything happened. See ya.
Stay locked up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. We're done.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so it's 2016. The Arkham trilogy is done. The main trilogy by Rocksteady, they finished. They were moving on to other projects. Whatever those projects were, we have an idea, but nothing really concrete. Anyway, so it's June. E3 is happening. Shit's going wild. Games are getting announced. And, they're showing off this Arkham or this PlayStation VR, this new wave of gaming that people thought was going to be the future. Turns out it wasn't. Obviously, these fucking trends are terrible. But anyway, so at E3, a Batman Arkham game was announced. It was in VR, and it was developed by Rocksteady.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts upon seeing this? Because, I remember the trailer, and, it's having Joker kind of narrate it, talking some shit about them being interconnected, whatever. And then at the very end, Batman's eyes light up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Another Arkham game. Sweet. I mean, the trilogy's done, but, whatever. And then at the end, it's just like, oh, it's a VR game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had the same feeling. I didn't care because I wasn't gonna buy a VR. Like, it's a different scenario for me with like Arkham Shadow. It's like a new entry, and at the time, VR didn't feel like anything that was. It just felt sort of like Rocksteady exploring the idea of Arkham in VR. For fun, whereas like Shadow feels like it's an actual entry. Whether it's going to be good or not, don't know.
We'll have to see until the gameplay is showcased later at Gamescom.
But when this was announced, I was just like, I'm not gonna get it. I'll watch gameplay. I don't care all that much. It was cool because it was a new game, and at that time, 2016, there was a lot of crap coming out. Let's face it, especially Batman.
Return to Arkham.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
BVS. Um, the start and death of a cinematic universe.
Suicide Squad. um, yeah.
So
So yeah,
that was
2016 was not a great year for DC.
no, but it was loaded with a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And this was no exception. This added to it, and I don't know. I wasn't that excited, which is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't. I wasn't not looking forward to it. I was just like, when it comes out, it comes out, and then I'll give a crap about it then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Still didn't, but you know.
No. Not even today. Nope. Fuck that.
Nope,
Um,
never gonna play it.
I thought it was just interesting because, they were pushing this whole new VR technology with, Oculus and PlayStation doing their own thing, Microsoft not doing shit because that whole generation of Microsoft was fucking terrible. I know
Yeah.
the Xbox fanboys are going to come at me, but whatever. It's
I'm an
it's
Xbox
it's a
fan, and you're right.
it's a fact. It's a legitimate fact.
Yeah, it
And
was garbage.
like I was interested in seeing Rocksteady like on the show floor, Sefton Hill talking about how like PlayStation came to them. They wanted something. They wanted a header for their new headset, and they were just like, well, even though we're already done with this fucking franchise, let's just make another game just for the hell of it. I'm like, okay, cool. And then more stuff came out about it, and it showed Batman suiting up. I'm like, man, this is awesome. And then even though I mean I didn't have money at the time, so I couldn't get Arkham VR. Um, I watched all the gameplay of it and I'm like, oh, it's only an hour long. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
That's just underwhelming, but you know, it was a thing. And it just kind of, I don't know, this game along with VR just kind of like had its like 5 minutes of fame and then just quickly like dissipated. Like it just got off the face of the map.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in all of these years, still haven't played it. I mean, I'm gonna play it at some point anyway. I want to. I want to try it out for myself just so I can, finally have the Batman experience. Like, or at least that's what Rocksteady was telling me for like the last decade. Each game they were just like, "Yeah, be the Batman," and I'm just like, "Okay, all right, I'm being Batman." The next game, be the Batman more. It's just like, all right, whatever. And yeah, so it
More.
just more, yeah. But yeah, it just kind of like it just didn't go anywhere. It didn't lead to other things. It didn't like it just after VR came out, Arkham was
Arkham was
just
dead.
Arkham was dead for a long time. So
And we weren't sure if it was ever gonna come back. Just because it was so silent for like 4 years till Suicide Squad was announced.
yeah, I know. I mean, I had my hopes. Like I was just like, well, maybe we could get something down the line, like maybe another, game in the Origins kind of time frame and whatnot. They had all these titles in development, like a sequel with Damian Wayne and potentially a sequel to Origins and all these other things. And I'm like, well, they could be kind of cool, but nothing ever came from them. Instead, we got Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, which oof, that was
It
bad.
just that killed DC's reputation a little bit more.
It was even harder too because Marvel had been doing so well in the video game space with like the Insomniac Spider-Man stuff and later on Guardians of the Galaxy and like all these titles coming out and those were
Yeah.
great. And
And
then
they were making a lot of money too.
yeah, and then those two games came out like 2022, 2024. Just like yeah, DC is just not working in the video game space and
Yeah.
you know
Which, a couple years ago, it was the complete opposite. DC like owned video games. They owned all of that. They just they were top dog. We
Mhm.
talked about this before. So, yeah. Weird, strange turn of events.
Yeah, right.
Very strange.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And now both companies are kind of like in a weird place right now where it's just like DC has no idea what the fuck they're doing. And Marvel is just kind of like in a weird standstill waiting for all these games to come out, like Iron Man, Blade, Black Panther, and
Yeah.
so it's a weird time. It's a weird time for superhero games. So
It's a weird time for superheroes generally, I think,
yeah,
as well.
we're
So,
getting reboots of movies and all this
entire
other shit
cinematic universes.
just restarted. Like, yeah, it's insane. It's crazy to me. But so yeah, back on the topic at hand, Arkham VR. We said it earlier. It's basically a tech demo. It's
Yeah.
a glorified tech demo. It's not even a game. It's
It's
just a
them
show.
trying to figure out how they would make a VR game with Batman, and it's not great. It's
Yeah,
not bad, but it's not like it's frustrating to look at because why would you release a VR game that wasn't a full VR experience? Like why? Was it a cash grab? Like it had to have been a cash grab.
yeah,
There's no way it wasn't because I don't know, it feels so half-assed to me. It's so short. There's like little to nothing to do in it.
yeah. I feel like part of it is not only it being a cash grab, but also because that technology was just so different at the time. Like it was so unique and different. So
Yeah.
VR games, even at that point, were just like like barely over an hour. Like they were basically nothing.
It's weird
Um,
to see how far they've come in, the span of what, 5 years?
yeah.
Wait, no, longer than that. Holy shit, no. 5 years. What am I, stupid? Almost 10 years.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah, now we're getting full-fledged, like, games. I mean, look at Iron Man VR.
I
I mean,
know.
it was, like, 6 hours, but at least it was a full story and,
Right.
you know it had characters and, had things going on.
Yes.
So, but yeah, for this first attempt at a VR game, I'm not mad at it just
Yeah.
because, I mean, it is kinda disappointing in the grand scheme, but at the time, I can understand why they decided to make it the way it was. Um, my guess is that they didn't really have a full concept of what they were doing,
Right.
or like with VR, so they were just like, "Well, let's just play the safe card." Let's just have a short
Definitely.
narrative and, try to make whatever work in that narrative. And I mean, as far as the story goes, there is some sort of a story, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's just nothing. Someone murdered Nightwing. Okay, what happened? Oh, Joker. Oh, you're infected by Joker again. Okay, like sure, I guess.
It's like we can never get away from this shit.
No, dude, I'm gonna be so pissed if Joker shows up in Arkham Shadow. I cannot
Me
tell you.
too.
I I'm so sick of this fucking clown.
Me too. I can't take it anymore.
Oh man.
Do you kind of want to jump into the story a little bit of kind of where it fits into the Arkhamverse, and is it even entertaining? Like,
I guess so, yeah. So spoiler alert, it's all a dream.
yeah.
It didn't actually happen. Um, the game starts off with it starts off with the murder of the Waynes from your point of view. And it
Once
actually is kind
again.
of that's yeah. Even though you're like, okay, fucking whatever, death of the Waynes, it actually is kind of neat seeing it from Bruce's like perspective.
Yeah.
Um, Also, you got Joe Chill, which is creepy as fuck in this game. He's almost like a hobo dumpster diver look-alike. Um, so after that, you know, we have to go suit up and be Batman, whatever, and then we find out, oh, Nightwing's dead. So the whole basis of the story is trying to figure out who did it, and also along the way, we interrogate Cobblepot. He basically tells us nothing. We go to
Like
a morgue.
usual.
Yeah, we go to a morgue, and we're also trapped in a sewer with Robin and Killer Croc. He dies, and then the very end, we're in the asylum going to interrogate Joker, and then we find out we were the ones who killed Nightwing. So it was kind of like, I guess, their way of kind of setting the seeds of the whole Joker plot, even though that game had already came out the year prior. But
And I
yeah,
think it's them trying to explain why Batman was so distant to everyone in Arkham Knight and all this stuff. It's like he doesn't want anyone to get hurt, and you should have stayed in Bloodhaven. I don't need you here. All this stuff,
mm,
but
I guess, but even that doesn't work. Like,
no, it doesn't work. But
it
I
doesn't
mean,
work. But yeah, it's an idea, but that they don't really like delve into that much.
no, they don't expand on anything.
No, it's just basically telling us stuff we already know at this point.
Yeah,
So it feels even more of a waste,
right.
just having it there. So
Yeah,
but yeah, that's basically the narrative.
I mean that's literally basically the entire story,
Yeah.
and throughout that time, there isn't really much that happens. Um,
No,
they try and make you feel like a detective and all this stuff, and it just does not. I don't know. It's just not where it's at for me.
I don't know. From what I've seen, like to me, it does a better job than compared to like some of the other detective elements from the other games.
Sure.
But yeah, it's not really that much better. Like, if anything,
No.
I prefer this over the whole reconstructing the crime scene
Yeah.
idea. Like, and they kind of have that here too, but I don't know. It's just
It feels more likely here, or feels more in place here because it's an actual VR game, though,
mhm.
and you're doing it, you're controlling it. Whereas in Arkham, it's just feels unneeded for me anyway.
Yeah, in the other games, it's just like, oh, let me just point the reticle at whatever clue they want me to scan. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I got it. Now what? Nothing? Okay, yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So talk about gameplay now. No.
Yeah, or lack thereof.
Yeah. So
So
yeah. So
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say gameplay is like as basic as you can get. Like, you just pick a gadget on
Literally.
your belt and just use it. That's it. There's no combat in this game whatsoever. They don't even try to attempt combat.
No.
So
It takes like for me every element of Arkham and just doesn't use it, which they didn't have to, but they're taking the elements of Arkham and just making them like bad
mhm.
or non-existent.
What makes this even worse for me personally is that this is made by Rocksteady. Rocksteady developed this. And
I
these are
know.
the guys that solidified this combat loop and this stealth loop, and they just don't do anything with it.
No.
Like, literally not. Like, you throw a batarang at a smoke canister. That's stealth, I guess, or
I know.
just him making a dramatic entrance. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's literally like they just do nothing with it. And it's such a shame.
Yeah, I know. I'm
If this were any other person making this game, like I could excuse it, but this is Rocksteady. This is the guys responsible for Arkham, and they
They
just
are
didn't do
him
anything.
in this situation.
And well, not really, because they didn't
No.
do anything.
No.
So yeah, it's combat. There's no combat, no stealth. It's just gadgets. So it's like a batarang, a bat claw, a scanning device for like crime scenes, and that's it. There's
Yeah.
literally nothing else. So Yeah.
It just feels sort of half-assed to me. Like, and I know that you mentioned the idea that, it was the beginning of VR and it's kind of, I'm kind of with you there. It's like I can let things slide for that, but some of it was just like lazy.
Yeah.
Especially that, like throwing a batarang at a smoke canister. Wow. Incredible.
Hmm.
See, it's nothing really that I like about the gameplay. And even
No.
there was a part in the gameplay where I don't remember if it was when you go up on a gargoyle or you come down from a gargoyle, but there's actually is like no animation. It just like cuts to a black screen and then you're like on the ground.
Yeah, whenever you use the grapple gun, it just cuts to black, and then all of a sudden you're teleported to wherever you're supposed to be.
That better not happen in Shadow. I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Because how cool would that be? Like, I don't know, like sort of ziplining yourself down or something or whatever they're gonna do. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that would have been really cool, but we didn't get that, unfortunately.
Nope. No, folks.
Yeah, yeah, no dice, no, no dice, folks.
No.
So, I guess since there's not really much else to talk about with this, there is one thing to bring up. As if you thought this game couldn't get any worse, there's Riddler challenges. Yay!
How horrible.
It's like it's not it's not good. It's not good.
No. And like why? Why again? Why again?
Cuz Rocksteady has a hard on for Riddler, which
And
I will
they
never
no, yeah,
understand.
me neither.
Yeah.
They know we hate it.
And they did it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, most of what you're doing for the Riddler stuff, well, first of all, you need to play through the game once to even
Yeah.
get the chance to go after the Riddler stuff. But most of what you're doing is just like Batclaw a Riddler trophy from like some spot, or
Right.
you're scanning something with like your scanner, and that's it. That's all you're doing, and
Yeah.
your rewards are like unlock like skins and these Batmobiles you can ride, even though you don't ride the Batmobile at all, and you can't
No.
like you don't really see anything besides your hands, so there's nothing to really signify that you're wearing another costume or whatnot. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's all this game has to offer, and it's just
Literally,
nothing.
that's it.
That's the whole experience. So we just saved you, if you were planning on buying a VR just to play this, we just saved you however much money, because
And an hour of your time.
mm,
Plus some doing this stupid Riddler challenge stuff.
yeah.
So you should be thanking me. You should be thanking Christ that I am who I am.
Yeah, literally.
Um yeah, I don't think there's much to add unless you have anything to add.
Not really. I guess I guess final thoughts you can get into.
I'm probably never gonna play it unless someone has a PlayStation VR and is like, "Hey, Josh, you want to play this?" Um, I'll play it then, but I'm not
Mhm.
gonna buy one.
For me, I could appreciate the novelty of it. Like the
Sure,
idea of like, oh, you're Batman in first person.
I
You're
like that it
solving.
exists,
Yeah.
but I don't think the end product was, anything
No.
special at all.
No. Yeah, no. I feel the same way. So it's like it's a cool novelty, but it doesn't offer anything that you can't get from the other games. So
Right.
So hopefully when Arkham Shadow comes out, it'll be a better game, even though both of us
Yeah.
are not buying it.
No.
Um, I probably will at some point, but I'm just waiting for that fucking headset to like go down in price
Like a
massively.
couple $100 in price.
Even more than that. Like
Like $50, please.
I bought my PSVR for like $100.
Damn.
That thing was like $400 or $500 new. So
Wow.
I'm just waiting for that to happen again with the MetaQuest.
Yeah,
Because
that may be a while.
Because I refuse to buy. That thing is like $700 plus, let's say, an extra $70 for like
It's
Arkham
horrible.
Shadow digitally, not physically.
That's
So,
actually like horrendous, to be honest with you.
yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
So yeah, as Bevo says, big ups to anyone who is buying one of those.
Alter.
Yeah, literally. So he can record gameplay for us so that we can entertain you guys in the fall.
Yeah,
But
you'll get a review of Arkham Shadow. Just yeah.
yeah. But guys, until then, let us know what you think of Arkham VR in the comment section below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. Join our live streams. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday. So you should go join in one. We have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time, stay locked up.